Good morning, party people. If you recall when I started my blog last night, I said that it was like 9:46 or something. Well, we are 12 hours later, 9:44, and breathing through the nose, out the mouth, through the nose, out the mouth. So this morning, let's start with last night. So I vlogged to you all last night, and Jeremy got home really late. And I've been having some nausea and trouble sleeping, and so I took a Unisom. And Unisom's initial purpose was for nausea. Little historical fact there for you. Asia, come here. Our dog. She likes to sneak into Anora's room when Anora's in quiet time because she tries to get snacks off of her. Anyway, we'll get to that in a moment. So I took a Unisom thinking, well, it'll help me sleep, but it never helps me sleep enough that I don't hear the baby, whatever. So take Unisom. It kicks in. Asia. I'm not in bed 5 minutes and Anora screams. Another 30 minutes goes by. I'm starting to fall asleep. Brecken wakes up. The Unisom kicked in, and so I ignored Brecken because I've been trying to get her to go back to sleep on her own. So she did. Within like 20 minutes, this is all very groggy to me, but within about 20 minutes, I see our bedroom door close. Now, Anora, she doesn't just like come into our bedroom. There's two things that Anora does. She'll stand at her room and cry, and you'll be like, just come out. Seriously, come out and come see us. You gotta go get her. She'll also come into our bedroom, close the door, and then throw herself on the floor while we're talking to her and cry. So we have to get out of bed and pick her up. Okay, so last night I see the door close, and I'm like, all right, here we go. So she gets up in our bed. For about an hour, she laid there talking about Curious George and all this stuff, and kicking me and like spinning around. Jeremy ended up turning the other direction in the bed, so we took her, put her back in her room. She went back to bed. 2-3 hours later, it's 4 a.m. Brecken wakes up for her one feeding night that I allow because she's been asleep about 10 hours now. She does 10, 11 hours chunks of sleep. So I'm exhausted. So 7:30 rolls around, Brecken wakes up. Even on mommy's sleeping days, I have to get up and go get her and nurse her because that's how she eats. And then I can go back to bed. So I go and I get her, and then I bring her in. It's about 7:45, and I say to Jeremy, can I get like 30 more minutes of sleep? Because I know that he's got to get up and go to a commissioning ceremony at 10. He's like, sure. So all is well. I sleep. I actually sleep till like 8:30 and hit my snooze sleep till 8:40. So I got like almost another hour. I come out here, and the baby is screaming her head off. Anora is screaming. I'm not even sure what's happening. I look out our glass door to our yard, and there are 4. Hey, knock it off. The people I'm speaking to right now, the individuals. Come here, Joey. 4 dogs. Little did I know, one of Jeremy's friends from the unit needed somebody to watch his dogs for 9 days. My daughter will spend about 3 hours terrified of any and every dog, and then suddenly they're her best friend. So I know that here soon, today, she's going to chill out. She always does, and she loves them to death, but I'm staring at 4 dogs. Now, I remember Jeremy telling me he needed help starting Friday, this guy. And I was like, please, there's got to be somebody else. We already own 2 homes on the East Coast, so we rent this house, and our landlord does drive-bys all the time. I'm talking all the time. Just because he lives near. And I'm thinking he knows we have 2 dogs. And yeah, visitors come in and out of town and people bring pets, and he's not going to care about that. But I just don't want him to like see these 4 giant dogs running around. And they're not super giant, okay? But let me tell you, let's see if we can't get a... There's one of them. Joey. There he is. Okay, now Rosie, I think you can maybe see... How are we going to... Maybe her butt over there next to the recliner. Okay, so Joey and Rosie have joined the party. They're going to be here till after Christmas. Awesome. Joey, I think they're some kind of cattle dog. They listen really well. They seem to be great. Joey, hilarious. He's trying to make a girlfriend, you know what I'm saying, out of Asia. And Asia is freaking out. Rosie probably weighs about 20 to 30 pounds more than she should. Welcome to the club, Rosie. And she is just basically laying by the front door waiting for someone to let her go home. And the humorous part about all this, it gets better, is that Rosie and Joey, which are just such happy, funny names to me, they belong to a guy who does recon for a living. And I thought this was a perfect example of balance. You get a guy in the Marine Corps who does recon, which is intense. And he's got these fat dogs named Rosie and Joey. He's clearly found a way to have happiness and balance in his life, right? We were talking about this last night. These dogs are worth smiling at. One of them's laying at my feet right now. They just love love. They don't even know me. I'm pretty sure I didn't even tell them my name this morning. So, now, to make matters worse, okay, I come into the kitchen, and Jeremy's trying to get ready. He's got to take off. He's got to be in Boulder to this commissioning ceremony. And he tells me something's wrong with Poe. Okay, 4 dogs. So this would be the 4th dog. Edgar Allan Poe we've had for 7.5 years. I go look at him, and he's like, his eyes are poofy, like he's got an allergy or something bit him or whatever. I mean, he's been in his back room where he likes to sleep on his little dog beds all night. He was fine when he came in last night. I don't know what's going on. But his eyelids are like folded under. They're swollen. He can't open one. Like, awesome. When all this is happening, Brecken is screaming her head off. She can't take a dump. I'm sorry. Let's rephrase that. She can't poop. If I could edit that dump part out, I would. She cannot poop. So, you know, I'm really looking forward to having to put a suppository in her little butt. That would just be tragic for everybody. But she's been having some trouble lately, you know, with it doesn't matter, prunes, it doesn't matter. She's adjusting to the whole life of solids. Asia. Okay. Asia is 2. We just adopted her. Just making sure she was chewing on something appropriate because she's officially gnawed the leg off of one of Honora's horses. She chewed up a letter U from the bathtub sticky letters. I bought Honora these little calico critters or whatever that are stupid expensive from Toys R Us because she loves them. A friend has them. And Asia's running around with the couch or one of the chairs today. Oh man, obedience classes are in her future. So I just heard her chewing on something, which is why I'm kind of keep checking on her. Because she has these little bones, you know, with those delicious centers in them. And I thought, well, it's either that or another pony. And she was snatching up Christmas presents the other day and trying to chew on them, like like Christmas presents. Not just like, oh, something smells like chocolate under the Christmas tree. Like, this must be wrought iron. I'm going to pull it out from under the Christmas tree and I'm going to chew it all up. Ridiculous. So anyway, I got 4 dogs, surprise. I got 1 dog with crazy eyes. I got a baby who can't poop and will not stop screaming at me. I got a daughter who's freaking out over the fact that there are 4 dogs in the house now. I got a husband who had to leave and go to a commissioning ceremony and then shows back up here 10 minutes after he leaves because he forgot to shave, and you better not be in uniform without shaving. It's 9:53. My coffee, I even put it in my presidential mug from Camp David when Jeremy worked for President Bush so that I felt powerful this morning. Maybe, I don't know. I got a bagel here. You know, gearing up for that Juice Plus start. I could start now, but let's be serious. With some, come on computer, cream cheese on it because somebody left like that much cream cheese in the container. My coffee's cold. But that's all right. That's usual. That's, that's every day. Asia's pacing because Joey finally stopped sniffing her butt. She's stretching it out. And it looks like there's a trip to the vet in my future today. Jeremy says to me on his way out, he gives me a little smooch. And he says, you know what? I'm going to come home. I'm going to take the dog to the vet after I reminded him that needed to happen. And I'm going to watch the kids so you can go out and have some mommy time. Super sweet. But I thought, all this has to be taken care of first. So I'm going to need a shower. I need to get dressed. I mean, getting ready to go anywhere for mommy time takes hours, but I might call my friend Trish and see if she wants to do something, because I know her husband Bradley's home this week too with Jeremy. And then he says, but I am going to need some time to go get your Christmas. And I was like, I don't even care about Christmas. It's mommy time. I don't need anything for Christmas. I'm not going to buy clothes because I'm not going to waste money on stuff that isn't going to fit soon. So I'm just going to look like a hobo in the meantime. And, but I do need to go mail some stuff for Christmas out, and I think maybe I'll see if my friend Trish wants to grab a coffee or do something. I'm going to try to get some mommy time in today, but thus far, my day has gone exactly how I explained it to you. Actually, Nora's so traumatized. I'm blogging right now. You're wondering how this is possible then with such chaos. Brecken's nap is typically 9:30 in the morning. It's her quickest nap after she wakes up, about 2 hours after she wakes up. So she went down at the exact same time that Nora said that, yes, she wanted quiet time because the dogs are freaking her out. I tried to put her in my chair, turn George on, tell her dogs are totally awesome. She'll get that, but she was like, quiet time. So she ran to her room. Just the best, quickest, easiest quiet time I ever asked her to do in my whole life. She ran to her room and got her new little calico critters and stuff for her and a snack, and she went, and that's where she is, which means she may or may not nap today. We've been giving her an option. She does quiet time once a day, sometimes twice if she's having a crazy day, but we take her to her room, try to coincide with one of Brecken's naps so that the parents get some downtime. We put her in her room with the door cracked open with a snack and her toys, lights off, windows, natural light going, in case any of you are curious about this, or maybe you don't care. Her sound machine on in case she falls asleep and to drown out anything that's going on here. And we let her play. If an hour goes by and she's still awake, then she's done with quiet time. If an hour goes by and she has gotten into her bed and gone to sleep, then quiet time goes until she wakes up, which can be sometimes 3 full hours, because or if I see that she's in her bed trying to fall asleep, I won't go let her out at the hour mark because I know she's about to nap. But I think at her age, and just her development in particular, naps are up to her right now. At 2 years old, most children still need a nap until they're 4, 5, 6. Nora is touch and go with her naps, and it helps her sleep better when she doesn't nap as much. So, at night, anyway. So, she is in quiet time. And I'm with you. I'm going to eat my bagel. All the dogs are resting. Let's see if I can. Oh, well, I say that in Asia. Can't stop. Asia? Asia! She heard Nora move something in her room and took off down the hallway. It's like toddlers everywhere. Asia! Excuse me. Asia, come here. Stop. She's precious. All right, everybody lay back down. I call her out here and all 3 of them jumped up. Oh, and all of a sudden, there's work trucks lining up on my street putting cones out, which means they're going to be out here making a whole bunch of noise soon, and my kids might only get 1 nap today. Just wanted to toss that out there. So, what do we do with all of this information? We cope. Jeremy and I are going to tag team it today, but once he's home. But we just set our minds to the fact that today is going to be potentially rough, but hopefully it'll be a good day. And I'm actually getting some coffee and some food in me before 11:30. Can't wait for my Juice Plus stuff to show up. All right, that's it. I might be back later to let you know how the day went. Oh, and don't tell Jeremy Granger, but he told me also some kind of animal got into the garbage last night and tore it all up. So he was trying to get out there to clean it up because it was all over the yard. And I actually snickered. I throw garbage bags, like his one big house duty is that I'll take the garbage and I'll put it outside the sliding glass door, and then he'll walk it when he gets home to the garbage out in the alleyway. Because I'm obviously not going to leave the kids in here. Not only that, but Honora likes to lock the sliding glass door when you close it. So I'd be locked out with my kids inside. So that's how we do it. Well, he hasn't taken the garbage to the garbage containers in a couple of days, and so there's a couple bags out there. And Asia actually tore into one last night, and I was so fed up and so busy, and so busy running around and all that stuff yesterday that I forgot about it. And so, yeah, you're right, honey. An animal totally got into the garbage. I confess. I knew all about it. So when he gets home, I'll clean it up, or I'll make him clean it up and just tell him, no, it was Asia. I just didn't have time to tell you, but I didn't even go there this morning. So it looks like a dump in my backyard. That's it. That's it. Confessions of one nugget short today. So I'll see you all later, and I hope that you have a better start to your morning than I did, and a good day, and try to get in some mommy time. Adios.